Right, I'd done first deployment, no combat. Second deployment into Iraq, we'd done some shooting, but nobody that I had ever like engaged and saw type thing. And there was that night, there was a whole bunch of dudes trying to climb out the back window, and we lit them up. And then we ended up. A couple Army guys ran in on the first floor of this building. They were all sandbag bunkered positions on the second floor, and so we pulled a Bradley fighting vehicle into the front door of this, right in front of the house, and literally had the 18-year-old kid behind the chain gun just start unloading into the house. And so like 20 millimeter chain gun in the front yard of this house, just blasting away. And they all started trying to pile out the back window.
Shit.
And so shot them, a whole bunch of them. And then
how many of them?
There's probably 4 or 5 that tried getting out. We ended up sending an EOD guy in on the first floor of the house, and they set a big thermobaric charge, right? Ran out of the house, right? The Army guy's like, okay, 30 seconds, it's gonna go. 29, 30, no boom. Right, all right, you're the demo guy. You just set the demo. You just said it should be blowing up now. It's not blowing up. What's up? Did you dual prime it? He's like, dual prime it. What kind of demo guy doesn't dual prime something? So, okay, now you're sitting there. There's a thermobaric charge that has been actuated. The clock's ticking.
I'm finding the difference between Delta and Dev Group.
Always dual prime. So anyway, we waited, and we're like, all right, somebody's got to go back in the first floor and hook another initiator to that charge. And you have no idea where that initiator's at, if it's hung up or what's going on, because you're the demo guy, said it should be off. So the same demo guy had to run back in the house, set a second initiator to it, ran out and clacked it, and the whole house fell down. And that was a big, very significant moment for me in 2 ways. One, yeah, I had actually engaged somebody and for the first time. But more importantly, right, I was pissed because we missed our landing spot, right? And you do enough of these, in hindsight, you're like, well, we're very blessed we missed that landing spot, right? Mm-hmm. So, it's not always bad, right? A little perspective, look at the situation, and yeah, we got really lucky there. So I probably shouldn't be mad that we missed the target.
Yeah. What did it feel like to take an enemy combatant's life for the first time?
Zero emotion, zero anything.
Nothing.
No, easy.
Didn't bother you one bit.
Nope. To me, I've never had any issues with that. Right, I'm on the right side of this. They're on the wrong side, and I had zero issues.
Did you feel accomplishment?
No, not really. Because what sense of accomplishment per se, right? There's a whole bunch of people there. There's probably 3 of us shooting at the guys climbing out the back window. It wasn't, I went and did some crazy jujitsu move on him or something. Like, it was just part of the team and part of the mission and how it goes down. So I've never been like, well, I did that and that was me. And that's just never been me.
Let's talk about, let's just talk about, before we get to the bin Laden raid, let's just talk about any significant events that happened at Dev Group prior to the bin Laden raid.
You covered it with Pete pretty good in your last couple episodes. I was on the Captain Phillips rescue with him.
Oh, you were on there?
Yep.
Let's hear your perspective. How'd that go down?
I thought Scabell did a great job just describing it. I wasn't there. I wasn't one of the shooters. I'll say there's way more than 3 shots, right? Anybody who saw the movie and believes it was 3 heat-seeking sniper bullets, I got an island to sell you. I would say, right, the other misconceived notion is right after the guys took the shots, there was 1 AK-47 round fired inside the life raft. I don't think that's in the movie either, right? So talk about hero to zero status, right? The shooters thought, okay, well, we just missed, and they offed the captain. So I think probably the sexiest move that night was a couple of the snipers that were on the back fantail the ship, right? They put their long guns down, they still had their pistols, but they climbed off the back of the ship, right? Ocean waves, little rope that goes out to the life raft, and they did the commando crawl like the O course, nice. Right? Down the rope on their stomach, all the way to the life raft, climbed to the back, stuck their guns in, and everybody was dead. So that's the piece that I always share that's not in the movie. Other than that, right? I wasn't one of the shooters. I wasn't intimately involved in it. I was there with the almost 100 others that if they got their captain to shore, we would have had to go hit some of the training camps or some of their facilities on shore. A lot more booger eaters than the three we were.
No shit. So that's how that would have went down.
There was almost 100 of us that jumped in, right? We didn't need 100 to deal with 4 booger eaters on the life raft. But had they got to shore, and they were within 100 yards of shore, right? But they realized that stretch of beach was of different tribes. They would have made landfall. They would have offed them, taken their captain. So we were able to literally convince them to tie a rope to the life raft and tow them south. The 4th pirate, right, had got wounded in the hand during the initial assault, so they had pulled him off the life raft, and he's literally standing on the back of the Bain Bridge with a buddy of mine. There, he's got his hand bandaged, right? They're smoking cigarettes, right? He's lighting his cigarette for them, and they were trying to get the pirates in the life raft to see, right? I'm lighting cigarettes, and he's got his hand bandaged, and then my buddy's like, hey, tells one of the Navy guys, go in and get a soft serve ice cream cone. I guarantee the Somalis never eaten soft serve ice cream. So literally, there's the Somali with his hand bandaged, with his cigarette and his soft serve ice cream on the back of the ship. And that was us trying to say, hey, look at your guy. He's getting treated very fairly. He's got medical attention, smokes, and ice cream. Give up the captain and you can have some too. That clearly didn't pan out for him.
Yeah, man.
And arguably,
what other tricks
he's
did
the
you guys
he's
have
the lucky.
lined up?
He's the luckiest out of all 4 of them, if you think about it, because he's in federal penitentiary in New York right now, right? The others are dead, right? He never got air conditioning in Somalia. He certainly didn't get heat. I guarantee he's got free college, eye care, dental care, 3 meals a day. He's living the dream in the federal penitentiary compared to where he would have been in Somalia.
Shit, up there, they probably have his whole life planned out for him and donations and everything for when he gets out, right?
For sure.
So, wow. But what else?
That was the only real, right? There's the standby where something happens, you go. That was the only real spin up for a true standby mission, which was, hey, okay, boom, go fly away, do the jump package in. That was the only one of those I did during my time.
Did you lost anybody throughout your career?
A lot of
Anybody
friends.
close?
If I go through the contact list of my phone,
Yeah.
43 names in my contact that are dead.
Dude. How many operational?
Almost all.
Almost all of them.
Yeah. A couple of suicides, but yeah, almost all.
Who was the first person that you lost in combat?
Mike Koch. It's in my green team class. Then the Badger. There's a list. All guys I went through green team with. No. Different squadrons. Red did pretty well, right? The squadron I was in. We dodged a lot of bullets in a lot of different situations, right? A lot of my friends in different squadrons, not so much. Yeah, right? It's all fun and games, and these deployments are great, but they're not the most safe. And, right, you guys get zipped just about every deployment, every other deployment, right? Yeah, that was, talk about faith and my journey, right? From 9/11 through everything, all of basically the global war on terror. I saw a lot of it grow and change, and I saw a lot of really good people not come home through it. And that, the way I dealt with that, right, without going crazy, was I chalked it up as that was God's plan, right? I knew that if I got shot in the face tomorrow going to work, that was it. That was God's plan. It was what it was. I had done enough of these deployments, had seen enough of, guys not coming home for one reason or another, being bad luck, or whatever. And so I think the more I dealt with the death, the closer I was with the God connection of like, okay, that justified it for me in some weird way. That was the piece, the Band-Aid I put on it in the moment to chalk it up as, okay, well, it is what it is, and I got to get back to work.
Interesting. So you never really lost faith going, within the SEAL teams. I think a lot of people.
I lost most of my faith when I was challenged when I got out by our own government, and that when I didn't understand it and I was confused and I didn't have a community and had been cut off. Right? When I was in, dude, like, how do you deal with death? Like, you're the same job I did. You know the deal, right? It's part of the job. And certainly you're going to keep deploying and do this for as long as I did. If you're not absolutely comfortable with where you're going, if you get shot in the face tomorrow night, maybe you're not going to be as good of an operator as you should be. And so for me, in those moments, I always was much more. I tried to place my confidence in, okay, well, I don't understand it, but that is since I don't understand it, somebody else must. I'm hoping, I'm betting on it, and hopefully I'll have some understanding of this at some point.
Were you married during this time?
Yeah.
How was your wife handling the operational pace?
I'm divorced. It's right. It's tough. Before I got married, I was like, hey, look, just so you know, if work isn't my first priority, I'm probably not going to come home to deal with any of the other priorities you and I may have. And so I was married for 9 years, home for less than 1. Both my kids were born 3 years and a week apart, so I was clearly home on the same deployment cycle. Divorce rates through the roof in the community, right? I think everybody does fine with, oh, your husband's in the Navy, or there could be stuff happened after extortion, right? A couple months after the bin Laden raid, everybody's on the high. Then extortion goes down, 22 friends in one night. You talk about, we call it Pink Squadron. That's the wives and girlfriends. And you want to talk about some social pressure of it's time to retire, time to get out, time for you to move on. Think of that, the amount of loss. Think then the pressure from the wives to the other husbands that are in the command. You know how many RPGs I've seen come by a ramp on my 47? A lot. Every single one, you're like, oh man, glad that didn't hit. And then one hits. So that puts it in perspective really quick, certainly for your loved ones.
How about your kids?
Too young to understand.
How are you? How's your relationship with them now?
Good, because I got out, right? I got out. They were young enough that, right, they knew dad went on long trips. Those were deployments, or short trips were training trips. I've done the math. I never put them to bed for more than like 14 days in a row without another trip.
Fuck.
Right? Never home more than about 14 days for 14 years plus.
Do you think that, I mean, this is, I've done like 250 of these now at this point-ish. At least 50% of these interviews have been military guys. Talk about the same things every single time. It's every story is obviously unique to that individual, but I mean, the arc is damn near the same every single time. I mean, would it even be fucking possible, especially at a command like that, to where you can be home for more than 14 days in a row to put your kids down? You can be home for more than 14 days.
There were those options. You could raise your hand and say, hey, I need to come off the speeding train. But think about it. There's only a handful of people in this job doing this job. And the numbers are not good, right? The year I left the SEAL teams, the SEAL community had a net gain of 1 new operator.
So that's what I know the operator, the individual isn't going to be like, hey guys, I need to take a break because I didn't get to put my kids down, last week. But I mean, when you see you just said it, the fucking net +1 that year. That's it. In the middle of the longest fucking war that the U.S. has ever been in, we got a fucking net 1.
That's a problem.
+1. And so what I'm kind of getting at, as somebody that was over there and just, my own career in the regular SEAL teams, which was, you're still fucking gone all the time. And the retention sucks. People are getting out left and right. I mean, how, I guess you see what I'm getting at. Like, it would have to come down from the top. Do Do you think there is